Hello, everybody. My-
Well, screwed the seriousness. I see how it is.
First edit coming in.
No, we don't do edits.
No.
I'm too stupid for that.
This is all raw, unedited footage you're seeing right now live on this fine September.
None of
No.
this.
Night-
None of this
It
is
will not
live.
be live.
I know.
If it was live, we'd probably already been kicked off. They'd have been like, these guys suck. Yeah. Anyways,
I am Dylan.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Malachi.
Make sure you write that down for this episode. We don't want him to get mistaken and forget his name.
So there's no room on this one
Oh, we got to start a new one?
because me and Malachi may not have wrote A's for some reason.
Why we're somebody get obsessive over A's?
Well, so those are his.
You were comparing handwriting?
Yep. and
They were both
mine-
realizing that neither one of them can write.
Yeah, I think I wrote that one.
Looks like a failed attempt of cursive.
Neither one of us can do that, so it's all right.
Oh.
You know,
But did they even teach y'all cursive in school?
absolutely not.
No?
No.
How old are
They
you?
were both homeschooled.
I am 21.
Oh.
They taught us like young, but then they just stopped.
I guess we just had teachers that were like, hey, you're going to write in cursive.
Well, wasn't it mandatory?
Yeah. Well, when we were in school.
Producers interrupting the podcast again. I see how it is.
Hey, that's actually better.
Yeah, it's better than the A's and drawings.
You're welcome.
I
Hey,
think it was.
it was just a fluke because
Well, yeah, because we were in school. You had to write in cursive.
Mm-hmm. You had to be able to sign
Like,
your name.
they handed it back to you if you didn't do it in
Can
cursive.
you write all in cursive and all in manuscript, or do you have a mix of both?
I kind of mix them, and it's weird.
I cannot remember all of either one, so
Uh-uh.
it's a kind of like bastardization of both of them.
that's how I write my name. Terrible, but that's as far as you're gonna get with me.
For a signature?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't write my last name.
But see, D's are one of those funny letters,
It
like
really
in
is.
cursive.
Well, that's like a signature to me. It's just like your name. Like you could spell my name shit and say it's pronounced Andrew, and you're going to freaking pronounce it correctly. You're going to say my name is Andrew.
Yeah.
So like a signature to me is kind of like that. I just freaking scribble, and if any two scribbles look the same, they know it's not me.
Yeah.
I've never actually like had she's got like a beautiful like calligraphy signature. And like she married a man that his last name is 10 letters long. And so she signs her name and it's like, it takes her 5 minutes, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I
No,
went
that.
from 6 to 10 letters in my
Mhm.
last name. Doesn't sound like a lot, just 4 letters. It's forever.
Yeah.
It's forever.
Just
mine went to
scribble
from
it.
4 to 7. It's not a lot, but
I mean, that's all you got to do is just scribble the daggum name. Like, nobody cares.
Nobody pays attention anymore.
Unless you're one of them fancy, like, famous people that everybody's like, we got to have your signature. And then, like, I think some of them have it. Like, they work on it. Because if I was to ever be famous and people get my autograph, you wouldn't be able to have one of them people authenticating it.
Because it'd just be a scribble.
Yeah, the only way you would be able to authenticate it is if you found two that were the same. You'd be like, one of them's false.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, one of them's a copy.
Jennifer complains about mine all the time. Mine is a doctor. You can't. Now I can slow down and make
I think
it right,
that has to do
but-
with the medical industry because my mama was an REM. She had sticky notes like all over her freaking car, and she would pull one off and be like, "Can you read that?" And I'd be like, "No, mama, I cannot read your handwriting that you cannot read." And she'd be like, "Guess I'm going to forget that one." And like it's just she never. And actually, that is a really good cigar.
I've done that a few
Which
times.
one did you do?
The
I got one of those.
Placencia, the one that I was talking about, had the spices and
Yeah.
the I think it had cherries and something else in it.
Cherry,
Like it's actually very smooth.
cherry is not a spice, but okay.
Well, it had spices and cherries and almonds and then some
Those are
type of
called
wood.
flavors.
Yeah. Mine. I guess I'm gonna go with the Tabernacle. I don't know.
This one's good.
Please.
That's been there for 8 months,
Oh, well, I just don't know,
waiting
just
on somebody to
What is it?
pick it up. It is a.
It's not a 10 millimeter.
No, I think it's covered. I can't see it.
Was it a
It's standard.
5/16?
It's standard. It's got a red strip.
5/16?
Probably. I don't know. I can't see. I'm blind.
It may
Google
also
it,
be
so.
rusted.
Yeah, the rust is like no. Yeah, I think the rust is like
Right on it.
on it.
Exactly on where it needs to be.
I,
Yeah.
I thought so, but I was like, maybe I'm just stupid. I can't read it.
So what did you say the name of that place was?
It says a 1016, but I don't think that's. I think it's like something else.
Shelbyville
Standard.
Premium.
That's a
Shelbyville
specialty
Premium
bit.
Cigars.
It's starred.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Anybody that listens in Shelbyville, go check out Shelbyville Premium Cigars. Pretty good selection. Cool people. Fun to talk to.
Yeah. Never met the guy, but yeah.
You've never met him. You've never met the guy at Shelbyville Premium Cigars. I see how it is. I see how it is.
You're gonna have to go somewhere other than home and work.
I like home. That's
Well,
where I'm gonna leave that. I
I
don't like
like-
work.
I like home too. Well, I like work, but they're like 50 feet apart from each
Yeah.
other. So
Mine's like
Yeah.
20 minutes.
He's
Yeah.
he's in the same dilemma that like I was for a long time. Like you can't leave work and ever relax if work is at your home.
yeah,
Like it doesn't matter what you can go inside all you want. You can try your darndest to relax and just chill, but like work is constantly just right there.
yeah.
And it just
The commute's great.
how many minutes it take you?
How much gas
three,
mileage do you save?
three if the ducks and the chickens are in the way.
Oh, Sergeant Seawash.
How much gas mileage?
I don't know
do
what
you
that duck's
save?
name really is, but
A lot.
he's Sergeant Seawash to me.
Well, before owning my own company, I drove to Smyrna every day. That was an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30
Mhm.
minutes. So yeah,
I did that before.
yeah.
I didn't drive, but
Someone else drove you.
yeah, it didn't bother me.
I don't know. I
never-
hated it.
Was it my
commute.
truck?
Oh, that I always got questions, especially from Denver. How do you stand to sit in traffic? I'm like, because I'm getting paid really well to sit in traffic. I don't care.
Yeah, there's a big difference if you're in a truck. Like when I was in construction, I didn't mind like because home base is Shelbyville, and like if we're building a house over in Franklin, I don't mind an hour and a half commute
Yeah,
because when I have to leave and come back and get supplies and stuff, I'm on the clock the whole time I'm driving. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But the problem I run into is when I worked in Manchester, and it's an hour and 10 minutes.
All right.
You don't know how to operate the safety
I
one?
learned how to operate the safety one. Why's everything gotta be so safe?
You want to use my lighter?
Why's everything-
Hold it up in there. Let me look at it. I can't remember how to operate it. Pull the little thing down on the back.
This?
Yep.
Mhm.
Straight down. Pull down first. There we go.
Oh
Now
my
push the button in.
God.
You don't have to hold it down.
You need 14 hands to use a lighter.
Yeah. And if you click that little thing on the side with it held down, it stays on. I figured my soldering torch would light a cigar.
Hey, this would light the car. Just might take a minute.
So that's Leroy,
Who?
my rock.
The Rock?
Yeah.
You name your rocks?
No, my daddy named that rock. That
Oh,
was a
okay.
Christmas gift.
Oh.
How many years ago? I don't know why. Like, you never met my father, right? Well, obviously, because he's dead. But anyways,
If I meet him now, something's wrong.
yes. Like 8th grade year, Mama died the summer between 7th and 8th grade year, sitting in class, and they call over the intercom. And they're like, Andrew Cunningham, your mama's here to get you. And my buddy looks at me and he's like, bro, if you go up there and your mama's there, freaking run.
Yeah,
And I'm
we
like,
got some
I am.
problems.
Like, I'm going to take off like nobody's business because mama's not supposed to be in that office.
No. Yeah, there's problems if she's coming to pick you up.
Hmm. And that's something I find weird. I still have trouble, like, if a person has a daddy living, it's not really as weird to me because daddy died when I was 30-something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, but with mama being gone since I was 13, it was always odd to me. And I still run into people, like, I know a dude that's in his 70s and he's still taking care of his mama. He's like, I got to go check on mama. I'm like, your mama's alive? It's like, I thought you were supposed to bury them like a long time ago.
You must be weirded out that my mom's still alive then.
It is kind of odd to me. And it's not because, like, your mama's awesome.
She okay.
Listen, don't talk about your mama like that.
Your mama's awesome.
I'm going to pretend that
Which camera are we on?
I'm going to pretend that I'm step black.
I will address her at this point. We're probably at what, third, not even a couple minutes in. They think you're
You're
awesome.
at 10 minutes in.
I think you're alright.
And I also, like, I don't have anybody left. Like, all my actual, like, blood siblings, I guess, the ones I grew up with, are all gone.
The one?
Yeah, that's all of them. Doesn't matter if you got 1 or 100. If all of them are gone, all of them are gone.
Yeah, but you're saying it like more than one.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of people that I consider idiots, I guess.
Just stop. Quit while you're ahead.
You consider idiots your family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
got plenty of those.
Well, I mean, you've met me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm off kilter as is. So, like, if we're all idiots. I taught youth for many years. And I would always have trouble with the adults that would come in there and be like, teenagers are stupid. Their brains aren't developed. Blah, 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 blah. They're dumb, 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 dumb. I'm like, how many mistakes you made this week? And they're like, oh, well, I've messed this up and this up and this up. And I'm like, okay, did you know better? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so you're how old and you're still making dumb mistakes even though you know better? Most teenagers don't know better yet. They're ignorant. They have an excuse. Do they do dumb things? Yes. Do I do dumb things? Most certainly. OSHA manuals light on fire when I go places. You know, someone rolls up and is like, hey, man, we're going to go do some sketchy shit. I am in.
Yeah.
You know, is this trailer going to hold? Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll find out down the road. Dylan's been with me a lot.
Grab-
Dylan tried to kill me with a log one time.
Grab your shovel, grab your log. Come on. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're doing stuff, you know? And that's... Factory work to me was... It never got monotonous for me. But I think that's because I was never in actual production. Like, even when I started Calsonic years ago, like, I didn't sit there and test the heaters, and I didn't sit on the line and make the parts. I was on a tow motor. Like, I took care of, like, 20, 30 lines, unloaded and loaded trucks, too. So, I was all over the building, always doing something different.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't have time to get bored. And then when I went to Sanford, I was a material handler, and then I became a dispatcher at not very long after being there. Then I went down to the ink plant. With the ink plant, you're always making inks, but we made Higgins, dry erase, Uniball, highlighters, Sharpie, Prismacolor. And the Higgins was like the ungodly expense. Like, we made a lot of inks that were specialties and stuff. So it didn't matter. You're going to come in, you know you're going to make ink. But, like, it wasn't you're going to make this one ink over and over and over. It's like I'd have a whole list of stuff and different ingredients and stuff. Then I was a material handler, and then I, run the warehouse in that building, and then I was a cycle counter. And even with cycle counting, you're doing the same job every day. You're counting products, but you're counting different products. I got to choose we had a list, and I got to choose what I wanted to count that day, as long as it was all done in the quarter and in the half and in the full like it's supposed to be. So, like, I never did really get the experience of a monotonous do the same job day in, day out. So I guess that's why, I stayed with Sanford for 12 years. So, like, I've always been curious. Do you find it monotonous, or do you, like, zone out and, like, enjoy yourself doing it?
What's monotonous mean?
Like, just boring.
Repetitive.
Like, you're doing it, and it drones on, time is slow.
There's days.
You look at the clock, and it's supposed to have been 3 hours, and it's been 15 minutes.
There's been days where I'm like, this is boring, repetitive, and there's other days where I'm like, heck yeah.
Guess it makes sense. Like, I've always, like, even the factories when I didn't like them, like, we run out of work, and they'd be like, you need to sweep the floor. Okay. People be running around, I don't want to sweep, let me go. It's like, bro, they're paying you, like, close to $20 an hour to sweep a freaking floor.
To push a broom, yeah.
Push the broom and be happy. Like, don't
Shut up and
complain.
push the broom.
That's what I did this morning.
Yeah. And then I've had the opposite end of the spectrum where I've run my own businesses and have my own operations going. And, like, then there's the freedom and the differences in it. But then there's also the headache and if I am running a crew, I have to be responsible, make sure all the materials are at the job, make sure everybody's lined up. If the contractors are going to show up, you got to have all this stuff ready before you even show up.
Oh yeah.
So like they start at 7, I start at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Or if not the night before.
Mm-hmm. But then I also had the experience of just getting to be on cruise. Hey, I'm going to be there at 7 o'clock. Like, hey boss, is everything ready? Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, you let me know when I need to go. And I think there's benefits of both, but the problem is I think there's too many people that are stuck in the rut of they work for the money to pay their bills, but they don't really have anything that is an outlet for creativity, or like even the dumbest person on the planet needs a hobby. And in my opinion, watching sports and memorizing sports is not a hobby.
No.
A hobby needs to be something that actually makes you study, learn something, get off your butt and do something.
Well, see, that's like the argument of the difference between a job and a career. You can go to McDonald's and get a job. That's to get you from day to day, week to week.
Yeah.
And not knocking anybody that works at McDonald's or anything like that, but it's a entry-level job. When you get older, you learn more skills. You retain a career that you can go with that.
Even if you stay at McDonald's, you move up to managing. You
go to a career in that. I mean, I know quite a few people that have made careers out of fast food, but they make really good money because they kept getting hired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if your aspiration is to be 35 years old and you're still working the window at McDonald's.
Now, see, the flip side of that is if you're 35 years old, you're still working the windows at McDonald's, but your bills are paid and you don't have to worry about stuff and you have a good life, that's fine. But a lot of people are 35-year-old working at McDonald's and pissed off about it.
Yeah,
that's
and
the
complaining
difference.
because they don't make enough money. Well, my entire career, if I didn't make enough money somewhere, I go somewhere else. And I'd point blank tell an employer, look, I'm loyal to you until somebody offers me more money. Because I'm not here because I want to be. I'm here because I have to be.
Yeah.
Somebody offers me more money, I'm going to go. There's a certain point where you have, loyalty, but in the end, it's a job. You're there for money, not for the fun of it.
I think that's the problem I always had, is I was there for the money as far as, like, my wife and kids had to eat. We had to have a, house and cars and everything else. But, like, and we've talked about it before, like, I don't, money is for survival.
Yeah.
Not anything else. So, like, I don't connect an importance to it as far as, like, something I should think about actually making. As long as I've made enough to make ends meet and I can survive today, I'm fine. But I'm not smart enough to think it doesn't matter that this is enough money for me. My time is worth this.
Yeah.
My product is worth this. Like, my effort is worth more than what I'm putting on myself. But
That's because you undervalue yourself.
Yeah, I suck. I'm my own worst critic. There's like 194 of me left up here, and 193 of them hate me. And the other one just doesn't talk, so I don't really know his perspective. I guess he doesn't talk because he doesn't want to talk to me. So I guess he hates me too.
Yeah, he doesn't come out much.
He's like me for real, man.
But yeah, like the people that trash me and everything else, like Dylan, me and Dylan's talked about this. I am so harsh to myself that you can insult me all you want. I guarantee you I'm meaner to myself in 100 different ways.
Oh, yeah.
When you say an insult, it's usually funny to me because I'm like, and it's when people are even trying to be serious. Because I don't care. It's like, you just called me a what? Oh, that's inventive. I've got more colorful. You want to hear them? Like, I don't. So if you were to sit down.
Hey, you dropped something.
Yeah, it'd be all right. In front of a young man and tell him one thing you've learned from life that you wish you would have actually known, been told, or listened to when you were 20, what would it be?
Ooh.
Yeah. And while he's thinking, guys, this is when I talk about the family fabrication. This is the dude that does it all. Freaking genius with metal, can do just about anything. We'll make sure his website and stuff is listed on the, notes and everything. So look him up.
Yeah, I forgot.
Order some signs.
We didn't even say his name. He said Malachi.
He is Malachi.
My bad.
He's just now catching that one. How long ago was that now?
He's tired, man.
20 minutes.
20 minutes ago.
Did you take one of my gummies?
I wish. Probably hyper.
Don't be doing that. You work at a factory.
No, he keeps trying to get me to take a gummy, and I keep telling him I don't want to be in the fetal position drooling on myself.
Me neither.
They wouldn't do that to you. Tasia, they're not that strong, are they?
I am not the one to ask.
See, she's not even going to chime in on that one.
She'd take a Benadryl. She'd drill him face down the
Yeah.
floor. Like, she took 2 one time because she was really bad.
I got stung by a bee in the face twice.
And it was like, she got stung in the, that's when you got stung in the head and everything, too.
Like the nose and, like
And her
several
head was
different
like
spots.
bad. I guess they got attracted to the scent of her hairspray or whatever, and they didn't like it. And so, like, they went to tearing her up when I was working hives. And so she takes 2 Benadryl, right? She is face down in the floor drooling with the kids doing somersaults and playing and screaming all around her for 3.5, 4 hours.
That's the way Jennifer is. She can take 1, and she's okay. She takes 2. Don't plan on her being awake.
Yeah, and that's like, I take 1 every morning.
I do too. I take 1 every night before I go to bed. It keeps my sinuses and stuff cleared. And
I have to take a daggum allergy pill and a Benadryl every day.
I just took her the Benadryl because my doctor had asked me about it because I started having, as I got older, I started having problems with allergies. And he asked me about it, and I'm like, well, I just started taking a Benadryl every night. It seems to help. He goes, that'll work.
Yeah, and that's a good doctor.
Yeah.
We had a doctor one time that, my favorite doctor that I loved, like one of the only doctors I ever liked, retired. And then his nurse practitioner took over, and she was pretty chill. I liked her, but then she moved on to something else, and then another woman come in there. And I didn't not like the woman, but, like, don't Google my symptoms in front of me. I can do that my damn self.
Yeah, you're not going to get a vote of confidence from me.
And that's the one that diagnosed my tennis elbow. The first time I had it, my elbow is this big around.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do this, is how bad it was. And so we go in there, and she's like, hold your arm up like this. And I held my arm up like this. And she took her finger, and she just nailed that daggum tendon. Bam! And I'm like, oh. She's like, that's tennis elbow. So what can you do about it? Nothing, really.
Yeah, nothing.
Wear a brace. Let it heal.
Yeah, you can wear that little funny brace on your arm.
It works. Now, I have started over the years. Now, a guy told me about something called Therabar. I need to look them up. And he was like, they look like big, like sex toys. He's like, but they're really stiff. And he's like, they'll show you how to use them, but like you twist them in different ways, and they give you resistance.
Yeah.
And he said that's the only thing he found that, like, within a week, relief from
That's like doing
tennis
the old,
elbow and golfer's elbow.
What was it? The old forearm exercise where you got a rope tied to a stick
Yeah.
with a weight.
Now,
and
see,
you're just sitting there doing
I
this.
do that one. And I do that one. I've got the balls that you squeeze and junk, and then I also do a whole lot of, like, flexing of the hands and different stuff like that. But I don't know. Once you tear them tendons up, they're toast, in my opinion. But he said that, like, his is almost complete. Like, he doesn't bother about it anymore.
I still have days where I go in the house and my hands are killing me. Like the day I've been grinding a whole lot or welding a whole lot where I'm just sitting there holding the trigger.
Mm-hmm. Use that double tap.
I know. I buy all this expensive technology that has, like, double tap triggers so it'll stay going, and I still
Yeah, it's got spot timers on it and everything else. I'm like, you ever use it? He's like, no.
Yeah, I buy, like, really good technology, and I have in no way use it.
But also, if you're watching TikTok and Instagram and all that, like the reels and stuff, and you see the ones where they got the welders, and it's like level 1, and all the guys have got their safety helmets on, and they're welding a little bit, then it's like level 99. The dude's got a drink in one hand, holding the welder with his, pinky finger welding while talking on the phone, and it's like, yeah, that's Adam.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually still trying to get work done as I weld and
You've been
talk
welding
on the phone. And
You've been welding since you was a child, and he walks by and goes, why are you making use? You're MIG welding. And I'm like, it's because I grew up stick welding. He's like, no, do circles. 20 years of advancement in smoothness and actual quality of weld in 10 seconds. Or he walks in and goes, slow down a little. That's right there. And it's like, how does he know by the sound from 12 foot away that the second he told me to slow down, I slowed down and it looked pretty? It's like, I can weld, but they're ugly as heck. His are like artwork.
I don't know. It's all hearing it. I can hear the momentum. I can hear the turn, because every time you turn it, it makes a different sound. And that's my ADHD kicking in, where when I'm sitting there welding,
That's your white noise that calms you down.
that's it.
I mean, that makes sense.
Even when I've got headphones in, when I'm just out there welding, I'll be working on a excavator bucket or something, welding for solid 3 hours. I'll have headphones in, but I'm still sitting there counting off, and it's just, I'm lost.
I tried TIG one time. I burnt straight through the metal on accident.
Now, I need to practice TIG. And, of course, I'm tempted to take you up on the offer to actually come over there and use a nice machine and see what it's like with a nice machine.
Well, you need to.
Because
sits
I've got a scratch start. And, by the time you get it started, you've already burnt your tungsten. Everything's screwed.
I can't do that.
What, scratch start?
Yeah. I even like running a TIG rig off of an engine-driven machine. I've seen people do that 1,000 times, and it just does not comprehend with me. How they just take and roll that and get it to arc and go and...
Yeah, because the problem with TIG is the second you mess up anything on that tungsten, you either get it contaminated, you don't ball the end right, your arc's sporadic, you don't have control. Done. How do they do it without messing up their tungsten?
I don't know.
The guy that I told you about.
I've seen it done, and I've very seldom can I get it to roll off.
The pipe fitter that I told you about, he was scratch start.
Yeah.
And he just freaking, but it was the same weld. No matter what size the pipe is, you're doing the same
It's
weld.
The same thing, yeah.
But it was the same weld he'd been doing for 40-something years. So, I mean, I guess I understand the actual perfection of it. I guess the only thing I've ever perfected, I'm an expert at Google. People still text me all the time and say, hey, I need this. And I'll Google it, I'll find it, I'll send them the link. And they're like, dude, how did you find that in 5 minutes? I've been looking for 3 days. I've got my probably 100,000 hours in Googling crap because I like to do stuff that I don't know how to do.
Yeah, that's me, because I'm notorious. I'm not paying what people want for stuff. So I'll just keep searching and searching and search. I'll find part numbers, abstract part numbers, and then go over to another site and take that part number and find another part number that I can find. And then I find the original manufacturer, and it's half the cost.
Yeah. Or it's actually right.
Yeah.
That's what I run into a lot with the newer stuff. It's because like 06 Dodge rear end. I think there was 28 different bell housing patterns. 28 different bell housing patterns for 1 year. And that was for one model. That was for the specific 3500 whatever.
Yeah.
Why do you need 28 different variations? It's a heavy-duty truck. Put a beefy rear end in it, leave it to crap alone.
Yeah.
Like 03 Ford F-150. I think there's 12 different shifter cables. No, throttle cables.
12 different?
Mm-hmm. And they're all different lengths. They're all different grommet spacings. Everything. So, like, to get that one part, you almost have to have a VIN and go to a vendor.
Yeah.
Like an actual dealer or something like that.
And you're hoping the last person did something right. And, yeah. Because even when you find one with a part number on it, you're like, did somebody change this before and it's the wrong one?
Is that why it got melted? Because it was wrapped around the dadgum header because it was too long? Stuff like that. But, like, why? You don't need that many options. Like, I understand Burger King ruining an entire generation. Have it your way. Customers always right, bull crap. It's not always correct.
Have it your way.
Yeah.
Shoot, most of the time I go, it's pretty much whatever way they want it.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be. With the 90s, was it BK?
Have it your way. Yeah. I think they still use that.
BK.
Well, that's if they're confident enough to actually make the burger right.
Yeah.
Which I am a sucker for a good Whopper. I like me a double Whopper.
They have a new one. I think it was them. Brisket one, a brisket burger. That's pretty good.
You would try the brisket burger, wouldn't you? Didn't I?
was
Did I get
pretty
that
good.
for
Had
you?
that. Yeah,
Was
it
it?
was
You
really
said it was
good.
good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I don't see that freaks me out. I don't like
Barbecue from a burger place.
it. No, just the idea of brisket on a burger.
Brisket's not.
But it was
barbecue
good.
Well,
exactly.
yeah, but it's about like eating a pulled pork sandwich.
I
mean,
don't.
it's
I
still
don't
on a
want the
bun.
sandwich. Just give me the pulled pork.
Well, see, that's
Well,
the
do
way I
that
am.
too.
That's the way I am. I'd prefer just to have a bowl of pulled pork with sauce on it. I'm good.
And if I'm going
But
to get
the
brisket,
hamburger with the brisket on it was
Yeah.
good, and brisket's not like barbecue because it's not all pulled. It's like
you're
it's
right. But it's
different.
still like if I think brisket, I'm not thinking Burger King.
that's fair, but
Well, yeah.
I stinking love brisket. Brisket's amazing.
You
Oh,
are
I
a
love
sucker.
brisket. Yeah,
Like if anybody ever wanted to steal my wife, if they just had the right foods,
yeah. A
She'd
good
get-
barbecue.
she'd get in that van.
Yeah, a good barbecue. That's. But McDonald's, they're what is that? Faux looking rib.
The
or what-
McRib?
The McRib or whatever.
See, I haven't-
It's back. I'm like, I've never tried it, and I have no intention to.
I do not eat almost anything from McDonald's
No.
ever
Me neither.
because it's terrible. I used to be a sucker for like the 100-piece chicken nuggets, but then I'd hate myself for 2 or 3 days. Like it just sits on your stomach, you can't digest it. I found a hamburger one time in the back seat under it, and we hadn't been to McDonald's in like 3 years. It still looked like it was fresh.
I don't
And
doubt
that
it.
Well,
was
they
when
don't
I
look good when they're fresh.
that was when I was
Yeah.
like, okay, and for like the meat, the fake meat, fine. The lettuce, the bread, the condiments,
Yeah.
everything to still look just like it's supposed to.
There was no
Messed
lettuce.
around and found a burger made by Ray Kroc.
I mean, it's just what's they put the polypropylene on it.
Yeah.
Polyurethane. That's the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
They
Polypropylene. It's
sealed
plastic.
it. They sealed
Seal it and send it out. But like McDonald's was never good to me. Everybody's like, I'm gonna go get me what's that stupid burger everybody likes?
Big Mac.
Big Mac. That's it.
I can't stand those.
And like they always look disgusting. Like nothing ever
I
looks
mean,
good
even
from
when
the
I was
place.
younger and I actually ate McDonald's, it was just a quarter pounder. Half the time I just get like Jennifer loves the cheeseburger. That's it, just a plain cheeseburger.
Now
10
McFlurry's
piece
all right.
Chicken nugget or
Yeah,
20
if their
piece.
machine works.
That's
I mean,
that's the
you gotta
draw to
find-
get you in
yeah,
the door.
You got to find a McDonald's that their ice cream machine works.
Oh, it works. They just don't want to do it.
Yeah, they don't want to clean it.
I don't blame them. Like I used to help clean the machines and stuff at Burger King.
It is a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm. Is our camera still moving, or are we locked up today?
No, you're good.
Okay, that's good. I've got
You're a
most.
little off kilter, but I'm not messing with it.
I mean, you can move it up there if you want.
It is up there. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm saying you can move that camera. It ain't gonna hurt nothing if you just move that camera.
Completely
it's all
off-
kilter,
off
so
topic
we all
Yeah.
need to lean
from
like this.
from food. This is a quarter, by the way.
quarter.
Quarter inch.
Okay. I was close. 5/16. 16th
Oh.
difference. It'd be all right.
Back to food.
We'll just round it up.
Chick-fil-A.
I
Pretty
like
good.
Chick-fil-A, but I'm a sucker for some Mexican food.
Yeah, Mexican food and
Chinese
Chinese
buffet.
food. Chinese buffet. Yep. I'm all over that.
And there's a lot of people that are like, that's not real Mexican food. I don't care. I go to Raphael's, Italian restaurant, all Mexican staff.
Yeah.
Pizza.
I mean, they may be Italian, but they look Mexican. They speak Mexican, I think.
The one in
Spanish.
Fayetteville, it's all Mexicans too.
Yeah. I don't care, though.
Raphael's is not Italian. I don't know what it is. It's like
It
a
says
it's-
Italian
I-
restaurant.
It says
I know,
Raphael's
but it's
Italian
not
restaurant.
Italian food, like
What is Raphael's?
it's good.
Which one is that one?
Over
It's
across from
my
Albea,
work.
Next to the
next
And
to the
Sonic.
old
Sonic.
Walmart.
Oh, okay. That's a
in the good
the
church.
one little. It's just a
something like that.
long
Is
building
that what it's called?
right there by the road.
What's it
Yes.
called?
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's got the body shop
Right
next
beside-
to it.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Something church.
I've never been there.
Gateway.
Gateway.
There's a lot of people that really like their pizza.
I love their pizza.
You get 2 for the price of 1.
I don't eat pizza, so
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
just because you get 2 for the price of one doesn't
That's
mean.
crazy.
I enjoy their pizza, but I don't rave about it as much as other people do.
I will eat pizza all day, every day.
Oh,
and not
believe
get
me,
tired.
if my doctor hadn't have slapped my hand and said, "Hey, your sugar's getting high," I'd be all over pizza and pasta and bread.
And see, he's not like all the people we know where they're like, you got the diabetes. And they're like, that means I need to put more sugar in my tea. He was like, I'm going to not get the diabetes.
Yeah.
You know, so like he's smart. You know, most of my family was like, it's just a foot. I don't need it anyways.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I would
I'm
say.
good.
That's what my family did say, and I probably will too.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I like having all my limbs.
It's important.
You,
Yeah.
don't,
You
you
know.
don't need all of them though.
Only problem is his left leg is messed up, my right leg is messed up, and we was going to try to figure out how to make that work for both of us, but our height is too different. You know.
Yeah, you're like 1.5 foot, 2 foot taller than me.
Yeah, we couldn't do the 2-legged or 3-legged race. We just fell over. So, have you got your answer?
For what?
He asked you a 20-something
Oh,
person,
yeah.
He got it off.
I'm
of that.
ADHD as heck, but I'm also like extremely sociopathic. So like I can keep all the topics going in my head, and I love conversations that can have 20 conversations and actually round around and finish them off. Not many people can keep up with me.
Yeah,
You're one
no,
of the you're one of the ones that can keep up with me.
Yeah, most of the time I forget.
Oh, and I'm not.
I say people when call me at work and they're like, I need you to look this up or find this, and I'm like, okay, let me write it down. Well, it's not that hard. It is for me. I got Post-it notes all over the freaking. It looks like that commercial you got on TV where the giant man's made of Post-it notes. Yeah, that's what my desk looks like.
You make it work though.
Oh, I have no choice. It's make it work out of necessity. I'm too cheap to pay a secretary.
But also, I think part of that is you almost need that to succeed in an industry that requires you to think outside of the box continuously.
Well, yeah. Because
Because-
there's that difference between you're a welder, you're a fabricator. Because welders stand in one spot and they weld.
Mhm.
Or they move around, they weld. But a fabricator has to be able to think outside the box and make things work. You gonna put some amputation over
You're
there?
going to christen my new cutter? I've never owned one of these.
Keep that thing lit, and then if he does do that, we can at least cauterize it real quick.
Hey, this torch will take care of it.
Yeah.
I think I solder with that thing all the time. I've actually brazed with it.
I still haven't found mine.
It's okay. I got one right here.
Yeah.
You're talking about that little blue one, like the little butane ones, like you
Yes.
get at Dollar General or
Yes,
whatever.
I have no clue where it is.
Dollar General's right down the road.
Buy one from Amazon. That's what my dad did.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I do everything. I have like 2 or 3 companies that are local that I deal with for like welding supplies and stuff like that. But other than that, it's all Amazon because I'm not going to drive around for 3 hours and look for something
And not find it.
and not find it or have to settle for something that I wasn't looking for to make it work.
See, that's my problem with my my personal projects. Is I don't have enough money to buy what I need, so I'm always jerry-rigging something else to work. And it just you can't quite do that with some of the stuff I do.
Yeah, no.
You can. It'll function, but it's just not going to be the best.
I've had, but that's like, you're talking about being able to find stuff on Google. Well, that's the reason why I have to. Because I'll have people just send me a picture of something. Hey, I need one of these. Well,
What is that?
what is that? I had a customer send me a picture of a bee box, a thing to put together bee boxes. He's like, I want one of these. And this thing was elaborate, like sliding sides and locks and all this. I'm like, do you have something other than like this one picture that's out of focus? He's like, oh, yeah, I can tell you where to look. Okay.
That'd work a little better.
So, and then you have to reverse engineer something that you don't have.
A jig is nice. I made a little jig for when I put all my bee boxes together when I used to do bees a lot.
Oh, this one was nice. I
Yeah.
mean, it was
Well, I mean, I
it
just
clamped together on all 4 sides of the mega boxes. You can nail it together. You hit a foot pedal on the ground and spin it around.
and see that's
It had
getting
a
a little
locking plate.
that's getting a little excessive because a bee box is 4 sides.
Well,
It's
yeah.
not that hard.
But now this was also being made for somebody that puts together 500 a day.
Yeah, but even if you put together
So-
500 a day, you drop it around your form, which is just a box, and you slap the 2 ends together, and you run around with your nail gun, you nail it together. You glue it, of course, because there'll
Yeah.
be some beekeeper that sees a short made out of this and be like, "You gotta glue it." Okay, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I get that all the time, and then you have to sit there and reverse engineer it and find the parts that are there. And
Or when you call me and you're like, "I've got to make, what was it, like 5,000 something stupid little folded use?
It was like, no, it was like 700. Yeah, it was like 700 of them.
Yeah.
And they had been to every high-tech machine shop in this side of Tennessee. And nobody could make this little folded thing. And, I get Andrew over at the house and, 45 minutes later, two rednecks standing there scratching their head going, oh, okay, we can do this. Yeah, and we took a pile of metal and two hinges and made a part that would fold that thing over. And it's still at the shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still use it to fold metal.
Well, what gets me, though, is like what you just mentioned. And that's why I say I think you need to not be right in the head or not fit in with society and not be able to keep up with normal people and ideas, because they've been to all these high-tech places. I guarantee you it's got engineers and people that are trained and they're smart, and they sit around and think of all this stuff, and, like, you call and say, hey, we need to do this. And I'm like, well, we basically need a brake that also rounds the corner. Well, let's just make a sweeper die. And so instead of going to the computer and thinking of all this crap and blah, 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 me and you look at it and go, how do we actually make it work? Because we need it to happen now.
Yeah.
I don't need to study it for 6 months.
Yeah.
I just need it done.
And you just tack blocks in to make sure it stays straight.
Mhm.
I mean, and that's the big thing is they overthink stuff.
Yeah.
They're thinking they need to use that $100,000 press brake they've got sitting there instead of some scrap pieces of metal and two hinges.
Well, that's what happens when you have too much at your disposal.
Well,
engineers
it's
are
all-
trained to think retardedly
I
complicated.
think it's all got to do with, like, the way you're raised. It's a necessity. You don't have access to that, so you just have to become a necessity of what you can do to do it.
I would say that's the farmer mentality.
Yeah,
And like the
yeah.
blue collar worker mentality, but I think a lot of the modern blue collar work, you don't. There's a lot of companies now that don't have the caliber of trust in their employees that they should.
No.
And you can't really. But at the same time, like, if I'm going to hire you and trust you to build a house, right? And you're going to come and you're going to help me, lay the block. We're going to do the floor. We're going to set the subframe up. We're going to blah, 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 blah. We're going to do all this stuff. I expect you to, when I leave, to go get supplies or go to another job for a little bit to be able to frame a wall.
Yeah, you can't find that.
To measure a window out, like stuff like that. And it's common sense is gone. And none of it's taught in schools. But I also am not a fan of the public school system anyway. That's why I homeschooled all of my children. Like every bad habit I ever learned, like running around dealing drugs as a kid, and like running guns and fighting and drinking and all that stuff, like it was all taught to me by school and people at school.
Yeah.
I went and I learned their values and what they wanted me to know, and my home's values were split.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
No.
But I also understand that, like, there's a lot of people that, especially in today's financial world, it's very hard to homeschool. Because, like, Tasia was able to stay home for 15 years. And even when she went to work, I come home mostly. Like, I still, work with you every now and then and do stuff like that. Like, we got to pay bills, and times are tough. But at the same time, like, for the most part, we always had a parent that was at home for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of families that just can't do that. We've been very blessed in our life to have very generous family, a lot of help, and God just to take care of us completely. But at the same time, like, I know there's a lot of people that if you're just starting out and your family can't help you, you got to have two people's income nowadays.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as owning your own business, now Jennifer helps out a ton. She does a lot of designing on the computer and stuff like that. And, takes care of talking to customers because, I'm not the customer talker.
Depends on the customer.
I've been.
If they give you the redneck nod coming up the driveway, you'll talk to them.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. But if somebody calls me and they get off on the wrong foot immediately, no, I'm not afraid to fire a customer. I'll do it. It doesn't bother me. Because, I mean, my necessity to have work and to be able to pay my bills and support my family does not outweigh me having to deal with your crap.
Yeah.
And I won't do it. And I've had customers get pissed off at me because of like, you don't want to do this job? Nope, I don't. Well, why not? Because I don't have to. Because I own this business. Me and my wife own this business. I make the decisions of what I do and what I don't do.
See, that was always the hard part for me. I would take jobs that I knew I shouldn't be doing, like when my back got really bad.
I've done that, but
And
you learn.
Yeah, but you should learn in less than 10 years.
Well, yeah, probably, but some of us had a little quicker learning curve on that one.
I guess that meme going around, the therapist said, "How do you learn best?" And the effing hard way is what I replied. I guess that replied, to me. I touched the stove twice as a kid because it wasn't going to burn me the second time. Like, I'm stubborn.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I think stubbornness helps. A lot of times, the reason that I have accomplished the things I've accomplished, like, got a buddy of mine went to machinist school and all that, and he come over, and because I was going to have him help me program my CNC table, the one that I just built from scratch, because I wanted to build a CNC table from scratch.
Yeah.
It took me 10 years, but I built absolutely everything on that was made by me. The control boards were made by me. It was programmed by me, wired, the table, everything. And it was just something I wanted to accomplish. And he was like, "Well, I could never do that." And I was like, "Do you realize the only reason that I'm able to do this stuff is because I'm too stupid to admit that I can't?" Yeah, it took me 10 years, a lot of frustration. Tasia can probably still remember the hollers of joy I got when I finally made 3-stepper motors turn and do what they were supposed to do on the kitchen table after a month of programming.
He was giddy.
Yeah.
And again, that was because I didn't have the money to just buy the motors. I got scrap motors from some guys at work out of some of the old machines that were broke. He's like, "Well, I keep the servo motors." He's like, "We don't use them for nothing. Here, take a box."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Okay, I need an Arduino." And then I get a cheap Chinese knockoff stepper driver that doesn't have any freaking instructions with it. And so, like, I'm converting an 8-wire to a 4-wire. I'm using a controller not designed for it and a motor driver not designed for it. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would look at that and say, "Well, I'm just not going to do that." No, this is what I have available. I know they have parts off the shelf that I could save up for and buy. Why would I want to do that? I
Yeah.
don't have the money. I don't want to sit here for 6 months and have nothing to do. I got 6 months to put this crap together before I come up with the money for the other stuff. And you're going to figure it out. And that's the joy for me. Like, if I like the figuring it out part.
Oh, that's the whole thing with like fabrication. It's just the problem solving. I like it when somebody brings me something and they're like, "Hey, I need to figure out a way to make this do this." Okay. I mean, it might take me a little bit. I mean, I had a customer bring me a motorcycle, a cruiser. They do not make a trailer hitch for this bike. Not in existence. And he brought me a fender and the motorcycle and said, "I need a hitch to hang out the back." I was like, "Okay, we'll figure this out." Now, it might take me, a couple of weeks, and I can't do 8 hours a day for 3 days straight to figure out this job. I mean, I've got to break it up a little bit, a couple hours here and there when I've got time to sit and concentrate on it, but I'll figure it out.
And that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that's how schools should back up and change the way they teach mathematics and algebra. Because all algebra is problem solving with math. Most people hate algebra, but most people don't mind a good puzzle or good problem solving, right? And so they teach all these numbers and bullcrap that don't mean nothing, when what they should be starting with is like, "Hey, you've got this wall and this wall, and this one's 10 foot. This one, I don't know how many feet it is, but together they're 12 foot. How long is that wall?"
Yeah.
That's algebra. But instead they put numbers or,
But see,
numbers and letters together.
That's like we've talked about before. Like, you set me down and give me a piece of paper and tell me to do algebra or geometry or something like that. I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Do you hand me a pile of metal and say, "Hey, make a handrail go down this set of steps that goes down, flattens out 5 times," and okay, I'm cool.
Here,
I
make
can
make
figure it
this
out.
make this angle match. Make
Yeah.
I need this many degrees. This, and you're like, okay.
Practical geometry in the world, I have no problems with. I can see it in my head.
Now, if they would have taught that to you first, but taught that alongside using the paper.
Yeah.
The only thing the paper is for is to be able to keep up with the numbers if you're starting to do
But
multiple
see,
numbers.
that's the whole for God, how many years now they've been vilifying the trades?
Mhm.
I mean, the whole time I was going to school, it was you need to go to college, you need to go to college, you need to go to college. Well, I went to college. I got 2 years in and said I can't do this anymore because I'm, poor. I can't afford to pay for it for one, without going into debt for the government for the next 35 years. And I just don't like it. And now I'm out, I haven't been to college in 24 years. So, but I look back and I see all these people that I went to high school with, and, they've got careers, teachers, nurses, stuff like that. But they vilified the trades, and here I am owning my own metal fabrication business, and I make double what they do.
But a lot of people that can actually make it through college couldn't do that
Yeah,
because the stability wouldn't be there for them.
yeah,
And like,
yeah. Of course, I mean, if I don't go to work, I'm not going to get paid. But
yeah. And for them, even like they go to work because they have to, but also like the logistics. There's a lot of people that are darn good employees. They could never run a business.
yeah,
Then there's a lot of people that are darn good at running a business. You do not want them for an employee.
yeah,
And that's everybody has their niche, but like the school system's idea of one mold fits everybody's supposed to fit in
it
it
doesn't.
is retarded. That's
Yeah.
why like a lot of the homeschoolers follow a lot of Charlotte Mason stuff, because a whole lot of her stuff was about kids being individuals.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the way we taught our kids was if you excelled at reading, but you sucked at math and hated it, that's fine.
Well, I mean,
You're going to learn the basics. You're going to learn what you need to survive, and then I'm going to leave you alone.
well, that comes back to your question about a piece of advice when you were 20 or something. Find your path, because having a job or something like that, yeah, it's a job, but you need to sit back and think about your path. What do you enjoy doing? What do you want to do? Yeah, you may not be able to go tomorrow and start doing that, but start working towards that. I mean, when I started fabricating, I was building mini trucks, airbag systems and stuff like that because, well, out of necessity, I couldn't afford to pay somebody else to do it, and I wanted to do it. And that just kind of branched into everything else. But it's, find your path. Don't go with the flow of everybody says you need to do this. You don't need to do that. You don't have to do that. It's a free country. Find your path.
The reason I think I have such trouble is because I finally just now, like I was talking to Tasia about it earlier, I found out what I'm good at and my passion. I just have no clue how to turn that into money. That was I did strip for a while.
That's
It was
crazy.
a once a month show. I started out naked. When they made $1,000, I put my clothes back on and they brought the girls out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fastest $500 you'd ever make. But like my passion is like I enjoy talking to people, getting to know them, picking their brain, finding out what making them tick. I enjoy studying people. I don't like them in crowds.
Yeah.
But like you give me 2 or 3 people, you have people come sit around the table and talk. The horse show, big crowd, but like where we had the tent and like how you set your booth up, like
it was sectioned off.
when people come and engaged us, it was small. Like that I can do, and I absolutely love it. I love studying people. I love connecting people, and being able to say, like a lot of people would call me and say, "Hey, who do I need? I need this done. Who do I need to call?" If they call me for fabrication and metal and welding work, I'm like, hey, this is the guy I trust. And because they know that I said I trusted them, they're going to go there.
Yeah.
That's who they're going to go to because I have studied. And if I know them and have vetted them, they trust my judgment. And that's my specialty, is getting to know people and actually understanding people.
So we just need to add a name right to the end of yours and get you some business cards. It says consulting. Yeah.
There's another business idea.
Yeah. You could
I mean,
just be a
I
consultant.
would like to try that. What do I have to classify that business as for my license? what?
I don't know.
And I've tried to find
wouldn't
it
be
'cause I've
good
looked up.
self-help? No.
Because when you do your license in Tennessee, you don't have. There's not an option for stuff like that.
There's got to be something. There's too many people that I see that are consultants. And actually, I know one. I'll have to ask him.
Psychiatrist.
I've run plenty of them off. I don't need any more.
I'm already crazy enough. I've studied a lot of psychiatry. It's very useful if you don't have the normal range of human emotions and you have to study people to understand how to fit into society.
Yeah.
So like psychology helps you a lot. And a lot of like when I talk to people, like how I talk to people, and people like they just tell you everything. And it's like because you ask questions that are broad, and then you narrow them down. Like if you start out talking to someone, how's your week going? Well, we did this. It's this is rough, and if they mention something's really good or something's really bad, you play into that vaguely.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a rough week. Well, man, that sucks. What's going on? Broad. You're not saying I don't want to know about this situation.
Though.
But no, you're not.
I know
if you really want people
your description of it makes you sound disingenuous, but I know when you actually engage people, you're not. You're genuine.
I don't care about small talk. Don't talk. Don't.
You weren't just talking to have some kind of substance.
Yeah. If we're just going to small talk, that doesn't mean anything. Let's figure life out.
Yeah.
Like the whole goal of life is to love people as you love yourself. Love the God with love your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Right. Love your neighbor as yourself, and everything in moderation. That's the Bible end to end when it talks about how you're supposed to order your life.
Yeah.
God's first. Other people are just as important as you second. That means you're not unimportant, but you're not all there is. And then everything in moderation.
Yeah, our country's lost sight of that.
Yeah, and that's the problem is because I want, when I engage people and talk to them, even like in the store, I still want it to have meaning. I still want to actually be able to, if I think about that person, because I pray for random people that I meet a lot. And if I think about that person and I pray for them, I don't want to say, well, thank you that they're having a good day, Lord, even though I know they're lying. I want to be able to say, hey, they had this going on.
Yeah.
Help that work out for them. You know what I mean? I want to be able to actually know people.
You can just walk up and talk to people. I don't do that. I'm not a crowds person, and I'm not just going to walk up and talk to somebody. But now, on the flip side of that, if you put me together with 4 or 5 old farmers, I'll stand there and talk to them for days.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of times they're telling you something.
That's it.
Even when they're telling stories about their life, they're sharing their history with you.
And I guess in a way I'm the same way. I need some kind of substance. I don't need the simple small talk. I like talking to people that have had the experience and...
What? Okay. Yeah, we're getting gang signs.
Getting gang signs? I didn't do it.
But yeah, talk to people that can give you something.
Yeah.
And everybody can give you something. Like if you actually, a buddy of mine thought about he's like, people talk to me and I ask them if they want me to pray for me and they tell me yeah, and they tell me what it is. He's like, when I get home, I can't remember. I was like, I can't remember if it was his idea or mine actually, but like he got a notebook and he started whipping that sucker out when someone would say that, and he would write their name down, the date, and what they needed prayer for. And then that way he would remember it when he got home to pray. And that was his initial intention, was just to be able to remember it when he got home.
Yeah.
But what it became was because he remembered it when he got home and he prayed for it when he got home and he actually had a list, he started actually being able to recall those people's problems. And when he would see them again, even if it's been a month, he'd be able to say, hey, this situation, how'd it work out, brother?
Yeah.
Or sister, and that made him able to connect with people more, because when you show up, Emily, a woman that worked at my building in Sanford, the greatest woman that has ever done that job. She knew everybody in that factory. There's like 400 something to 1,000 employees, depending on the season. And when you walk by her, she asked you about your family by name, my kids, which at the time I had 4, and then 5, and would ask me about and ask about the kids by name. And it's like, how in the heck do you do that with that much information? But the fact that I think it was, she literally just cared that much about people. And it showed because she actually cared enough about you to know you and understand you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a suspicious mind, so at first when he's telling me about her, I'm like, she's memorized your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then later I got to know her, and she was literally so genuine. She was not that person that was manipulative or trying to get somewhere or anything like that. She cared about people. She really did.
Yeah.
You can't judge a book by its cover now. Come on.
Well,
I couldn't see her.
unless it's a bloody cover with knives.
I mean,
But, you
yeah.
know.
If it looks like the Necronomicon,
Yeah, I would start judging.
yeah. If you have to bleed on it to open it, okay? No.
Yeah, I would definitely start judging right then.
If you find it in an old man's tomb, leave it alone, man. Leave it alone.
You can help me with my reverse exorcisms. It'll be all right.
You're reversed. Yeah, dude, don't be. We was talking about exorcisms, and he's like, isn't that, where you, like, conjure the demons? And we're like,
No, that's a Ouija board.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
the wrong
yeah.
one.
You're wanting to put them in, bro.
Yeah.
That's not an exorcism. I guess there's a lot of dyslexic priests out there. Because there's a lot of people walking around that are possessed. And I think there's a lot more. Possession is a lot more rare than people think. Like true demonic control of a body.
Oh, yeah, where they're calling in a priest.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is a lot rarer than people think. Oppression and riding alongside you, helping you make every decision you make, is a whole lot more common than people think. Because, like, I see stuff. I may just be crazy, right? But a lot of times the stuff, when I see a person with something attached to them, they usually wind up not being a decent person. Or you just find out stuff in their life that they just can't get over. They can't kick. They can't. That's why I say a lot of addiction is a demon that a lot of people fight hard and lose to. And I've personally watched a lot of people that had things that I would see attached to them, but also you just never understood why they gave up so much for this drug.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, as you watch them over the years and the thing that's attached to them gets, stronger, gets deeper in them. And it's like, I can see that it's, in a lot of instances, I think it's, it's demons that people wrestle with.
Oh, definitely.
And
definitely.
and a lot of people lose.
Yeah. I mean, my mom was that way. My mom got hooked on prescription drugs. And, I mean, she was a college professor, had a doctorate in geology with a minor in law,
Damn.
but couldn't kick a pill.
Mm-hmm. And
I
so,
mean,
and
to
so you
be
know the
so
logic
smart, yeah.
structure and, like, the actual reasoning skills to look at what it's doing and understand what you need to do, but literally just have this absolute terrible battle. Because, like, someone like that with degrees in geology especially and law, you have the logic base to
Yeah.
be able to look at the reasoning and say, hey, I need to change.
Uh-huh.
But when you see people that have that, but they just can't, it's demons they're wrestling with.
Yeah.
And they're strong. And that's, I mean, they call alcohol the spirits. And I'm not one that's a teetotaler and tells people not to drink and all that, but I agree with my assessment of the biblical knowledge, which is everything in moderation.
Oh, yeah.
Ecclesiastes, there's a time to drink. The only time it tells not to drink, if I remember right, is when it says kings should not drink strong drink, and you shouldn't be a drunkard. Stumbling drunk is stupid. Speaking of, you might have to pour me a snifter here in a second.
Oh,
But
I done forgot.
the
See, that's my ADHD kid. I done forget.
Yeah, but see,
completely
we've-
forgot.
I think we've started and finished 42 conversations. I'll help you there, short man.
See,
He has a ladder to get on his table. He dances on it while I'm working.
yeah,
It just hit in what he just said. That's weird, my guy.
yeah. Well, hey, I built a table you could park a freaking Buick on.
It's friggin' awesome. But, like, the first time he just leapt up there, I was like, why are you standing on the table? And he's like, because I got to reach what I'm welding. And it's like, oh, yeah.
I'm short. I was welding handrails before I came over here, and I'm having to move it and twist it, and I just like, screw it. I just got up on the table and stood there and welded on the table. You know, I just built a table strong enough that me and 35 other people can stand on.
with their
Okay.
trucks.
Yeah.
But the problem is, in my mind, I'm used to the factories, and then I'm used to, like, I don't jump up on tables.
Or what
'cause
do you want?
I'm a big guy.
I do.
What we got?
12-year-old.
Ooh.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
makers.
That's a tough choice.
Mark.
It's not for me, but
Never
you
mind.
know,
I got Mark makers mixed up.
Which one do you prefer?
me, I'm a 12-year-old.
I don't care who's on the podcast. It always goes there eventually. Yeah, I'm with you. I'll take the 12-year-old.
Look, this is like I said, this is probably one of the few bottles that is around. Because they stopped making 10-year-old and 12-year-old. They only make 8.
Not enough time.
Well, that's it. Their production
much
went
time to
so
market.
high. Yeah, their production went so high that they didn't have time to keep it in the barrels to get the 10 and 12.
See, that's why I want to start making my own brandy and my own
Dang,
beers
smell
and
that from
whiskeys.
here.
Is because, like we was talking about earlier today,